can't just have one tattoo, you look like a dickhead.
Will you start a Say Less brand? I would totally buy the merch. That's what you said to Speed.
Yeah, when Speed was like,
damn, fight me.
Say less.
I just said, say less. Say less, brother. I didn't realize how much I said that until after that video came out. And then I was like, just live my normal life. And I was like, fuck, I actually say that as like a threat quite a lot. Like, the missus would be like, oh, yeah, well, whatever. And I was, say less, say less. And I was like, I really do threaten people with say less a lot.
What does it mean?
Yeah, enough. Yeah, you'll see what I'll do.
All right, like it's your last warning.
Oh, I'm not going at all. You know what I mean?
I broke my arm yesterday. Does Dan have any tips for recovery?
Yeah, I'm not a doctor.
For young fighters, how do you overcome a loss?
Like, feel that shit. Like, it's your fault. Feel it. Take it on the chin. That's the biggest thing, is that people take a loss and they go like, oh, my breakfast was cold that day and I didn't wear my lucky undies. No, you lost because you fucked up. Like, you didn't train hard. Like, you didn't listen to your coaches properly. Like, you didn't put the work in the gym, or you got scared in the fight and you pussied out. Figure out what went wrong and be honest with yourself. The quicker you can confront those things and admit it and face it head on, like, the quicker you'll get over it.
Fuck, that's a good answer. There's a book I really like by this SAS guy called Jocko Willink called Extreme Ownership, and he talks about that. It's like, own everything. Take the blame.
Most of those books show me the water. So I got that David Goggins.
Can't Hurt Me.
I got the audio book and listening to it, and I was like, fuck me, days, you're the saddest. Like, he's like, fuck this, everything's hard. Like, it's like, what? Like, this is horrible. I was like, this is a horrible way to live your life.
The only way you find it is to drown yourself where you can't swim and you're drowning.
Or Goggins.
Yeah, Goggins.
Hangman's hooking. He's calling you out.
Yeah, I'm not criticizing the guy. I'm just saying, fuck me days. Like, that's a sad way to look at the world.
Because he's sort of like, why would I sleep on a mattress? Someday some motherfucker can take away that mattress and I won't have one anymore. And it's like, well, enjoy the mattress while it's there.
Yeah, while it's there, you know. Like, my first coach, he said, like, you know, when we're scheduling a time for training, and, oh, yeah, got to do it at 4 in the morning. Hey, he goes, why do it at 4? Well, you can do it at 10. Yeah, let's fucking shout out our boys. That was one of the best ones. And I was just like, yeah, why would you waste? Like, you only have like a certain amount of mental fortitude. Why waste it on like just making yourself uncomfortable for no reason? Like,
callousing your mind.
Callousing your mind. Callousing your mind.
Does Dan feel different in the octagon since getting heavily tattooed?
No. I think I'm the same.
Because it was always kind of your point of difference, eh? Like being this like clean cut white.
I just never had time. I was just never injured. I broke my hand. I was like out for over a year. I had 2 back-to-back arm surgeries. So I just actually couldn't train. Like, I'd never had that amount of time injured off in my entire career. And then I started and I was like, well, I did my back and then I was like, well, you can't just have one tattoo. You look like a dickhead. Then the legs, and then I was like, now I look uneven, so I need something in the middle. And then I was like, well, now my arms look dumb. Like, no. But now I'm kind of over it.
You're all gas, no brakes, eh?
My parents absolutely hate tattoos. I never got them just because my mum absolutely hated them. And I don't do things by half measures. Like, when I get a tattoo, I'll do a whole arm. Like, I'm not going to go in and just, you know, get a little, like I'm going fucking whole arm, or I'm not going at all, you know what I mean?
Funniest shit he's seen behind the scenes in the UFC.
I love that shit. Let's go.
So in the first fight I had at Spark Arena, and Jamie Zahuna was the headliner. Warming up for the fight, he was kicking Thai pads, and his foot went under the Thai pad, and he broke his foot. He's a soldier, so he still like went out there and fought, but he like lost his submission because obviously he's got a fucking broken foot. You know what I mean? Your nervous system's going to be shot. And then from when he was walking from the cage to our back, like the Kiwis were booing him. And then as he's going through the tunnel, like he was getting like drinks and shit thrown at him. And that's when I was like, you don't do it for the mob. Like, you don't do it for the crowd. Like, you fight for the people that are truly there for you, because they'll turn on you so fast. Like, I fought in Texas, in James Vick, home state, big star. He was the heavy favorite coming into that fight. It was like the 10th fight on the day, and there was all decisions before our fight. And I knocked James Vick out, and the crowd went ape shit. Like, they were so happy. Everyone loved you. And I was going like, these are your people. Like, these are your people. And the mob turns so quickly.
Yeah, they're not really your friends, are they?
They just want to see someone get knocked out.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck whether it's you or the other guy. Like, they just want to see blood. It's like old Colosseum gladiator stuff.
It
Like,
really is.
Yeah. They couldn't care whether it's you or him. They just want to see someone get knocked out, and they will cheer regardless of who it is.
Heaps of people on Instagram wanted me to ask you about Christmas Bash, the Hell's Angel guy.
Yeah, I used to train at this gym, Strike Force out in West Auckland. And every Christmas we'd have like a Christmas bash, and we would just like stack. So we used to just stack crates and put mats on, and then all the people would be the ring. Like, so if you went out, like you get pushed back in by all the people, and we used to just have a piss up and like a good time. And then it was me and my coach, Aaron Boys, and then we were I said sparring, like we were fighting. Francis Vesitolo and Ants and Anson. But then my coach Aaron went out first, and he just went like ballistic at them. Like, he kicked the Hornets' nest. He went and like swung on both of them. Like, the other one standing in the corner, he swung on the one in the corner, and then he came back and tagged me, and I was like, oh, thanks, bro. Cheers. But yeah, that was just sparring. I went to work after that. I used to be a bouncer in town. I went to work, and then people were like, what's on your forehead? And I had like just knuckle marks, like just all over my forehead. Because like Answer's a bloody heavyweight world kickboxing champion. Like, bro, he hits like a truck. Like,
you and I have got very different ideas of a good night out.
They left a mark. Yeah, that's a good night. Yeah, the ones you remember.
Will Dan fight in New Zealand again?
Yeah, whenever the UFC comes back, they're like punishing us for being eggs during COVID.
Izzy was quite outspoken at the time, but I think he had a fair point. I feel like the way you were treated was quite unfair.
But we are a niche sport. Like, we're cage fighters at the end of the day, and we don't do what we're told, and we can't be controlled. Like, why would they give us special treatment? I get it. Yeah, we're cage fighters.
Biggest gambling win so far?
At 100K.
No
I'm in the 100K club.
Does a win that big like make you happy, or is it just like a bit of extra?
It's kind of like fighting. The mentality of it is like, because you just feel something. Like, whether it's like a huge win or a huge loss, they would say like true degenerate gamblers will get like the same amount of emotion from like a loss as they do for a win, because it's like you just feel something. Like, you have a huge loss, then your mind's going, oh no, like, and they're addicted to whether they win or whether they lose. Like, they're addicted to that the moment.
So it's about chasing the dopamine.
Yeah, I guess.
Can Dan remember the age where he got punched in the face for the first time?
We're still friends. This kid, Byron, we were at primary school, and we had a fire that we were having a little Mexican standoff. We were grabbing sticks and beating each other up or whatever. And then we got caught in, someone snitched on us, and we both got called into the principal's office, and he's like, oh, I heard you two had a fight, blah, blah, blah. And then we like looked at each other like, well, let's not get in trouble for this. And we were like, he called me smelly, and we're like, oh yeah, oh no, he said I'm yellow. Like, we just made some, we said, we just kind of pushed each other, and then the principal was like, well, don't do it again. Where you go, boys? Because if we would have told the truth, we would have
been in trouble.
We would have like got suspended, like had a full on fight, hitting each other with sticks and shit. I was like, we both would have got in trouble, but because we both like just were like, oh yeah, let's lie our way out of this. We got out of it, and then we were friends after that, because we were like, shot, bro. Good work.
What's better, a knockout win or a submission win?
I love like just a real cheeky submission, like a real eat ass, catch the guy like out of nowhere submission. Obviously, even Jesus loves knockouts. Like, people love knockouts. Like, no, you're never gonna win a bloody bonus or anything like that from a cheeky little smart ass submission. But I love the feeling of it, because I feel like I like robbed the bank and got away with it. Like, you just go out there, don't get hit, get like a little submission, and get to go home like with all the cash. Like, I like that. But the fans don't really like it. They love the knockouts.
What's the hardest fight he's ever won?
Probably when I fought this heavyweight dude. So I would probably weigh like 83 kilos. He was 128 like when we fought. And like a good fighter. Mark Reedy was scheduled to fight heavyweight from my gym. And then it was like the Wednesday of fight week, and broke his hand, so he couldn't fight. And I just remember my coach Aaron coming out, and he was like pissed off, He's like, well, upset, like, broke his hand, pulling out, and he was like really upset about it. And I go, whoa, I said, whoa, I go, how much? I said, how much does the bloke weigh? And he's like, oh, I think like 130 something. I said, how about I fight him? And I was just, Aaron's eyes lit up, and he was like, oh, I'll ask. I wanted to do that because it was the last, they let us fight pride rules, so soccer kicks, head stomps, no weight limit. Like, I knew the sport was going mainstream, and I was like, that's the last time that like the commission in New Zealand and like would ever let that kind of shit go down. And I knew that would never happen again, so I wanted to be the last to have a pride fight in this country. So I did, but a hell of a fight. 10-minute war. We just absolutely battered each other, but I got stopped them in the second.
You talk about this stuff with a glint in your eye.
That's what you do it for. You do it for the moments you'll actually remember that will, and it's just like my own memories that I'm kind of proud of. And it'll be like small stuff. Like I remember coming back after the first round, and my nose was broken. Very rarely do these guys get worried about anything, but I go back and they were both like real concerned, and they were like, "Is your jaw broken?" Because I was fighting with my mouth open, but it was because my nose had broken and I couldn't breathe out of my nose, so I had to fight with like an open mouth. But I was like, relax, boys, relax. I got this. I had to tell my sister to shut up, and that one, she had a few woodies and was just going, go Dan. She's going, go Dan. I was like, relax.
Relax, sis. Dan versus who for the true BMF?
I wasn't that interested in that title. I just wanted the world title until I found out that the BMF title gets pay-per-view points as well. And I said, holy shit, watch that. I'm instantly injured. Like, that's the only reason I want the bloody real title is the pay-per-view points. You get millions of dollars. So, of course, I'll do it for the BMF title.
I want them all, brother. I want the BMF. I want Conor McGregor. I want everything, brother.
Favourite pies in West Auckland?
In West Auckland? I don't know about West Auckland. I'm an Ellerslie man myself.
Okay, favourite pie in Ellerslie?
Yeah. Oh, steak and cheese from Rashu there in Ellerslie.
I'm
an Ellerslie man. I'm quite well known in the community.
Oh yeah, is that where you live now?
Yeah. Oh, lovely bloody neighborhood, lovely family neighborhood. Like wild, crazy. Like the weekend we moved in probably had like 15 different groups of neighbors like popping. I thought it was on the Truman Show. Honestly, I went down there and they were just like, hey, if you ever need anything, number 7, like keep up the good work. The girls across the road came over and knocked on the door. They're like, what's your daughter's favorite color? We'll make her a plate. I was going, where are the cameras? I was going, this place is incredible. You have many communities like that anymore anywhere in the world. So move into one was cool, man.
But were they being neighbourly, or because they knew you were Dan Hooker?
That's the thing. Like, you're famous on like social media and shit like that, but in terms of like actual mums and dads and stuff like that, you're not. Like there's a lot of people that it's not their cup of tea and they've never looked twice at it. But yeah, I've got a huge statue that I was gifted, big po whenua, big carving.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's probably like 4 meters, 5 meters tall, and it's a few ton. You need a crane to get that around. But yeah, I'll wherever I go, I'll whack that thing outside the front of my house so everyone knows where I live.
Oh God! If the Russian lady hears that, you're in trouble.
Oh, if I'm on my own, as I said, if I can justify anything by law, Baba, coming around my house is not the wisest option.
What's his favourite activity outside of fighting?
Drinking beers.
Yeah, how does that work? Are you quite disciplined? Like, no?
It's like a time thing. Like, obviously, like a newer fighter can't come in and be relaxed and have a couple beers and have a good time because, you do need to build like a callus. But I spent like a decade every day. Like, there's periods of time where I didn't drink. I didn't eat a carb for 2 years. Like, I did like all these different things that I built like a really strong mental callus on myself. So it's like a newer fighter can't come in and relax and have a couple beers on the weekend because he doesn't have that kind of callus. It's like if I came to you and I said in 6 months' time, we both have to rub our finger on the edge of a knife. And then you didn't do anything. And then I went away every day and just slowly like rubbed it on sandpaper or carpet. Like I build like a strong callus. So when we go to fight or we go to rub it on the knife, like your finger's going to split to bits and mine probably won't even get through the callus. And that's the small things, like the years of training and hard times and not eating this and missing parties. Like, I've built like such a strong callus now that I can in some aspects like take a bit of chill time, because I know it's not going to affect you. Like having a couple beers on the weekend, a month out from a fight, is not going to impact the fight whatsoever.
Dream fight and why? It can be past or present fighters.
McGregor for the money, like, but besides that, nah.
Yeah, McGregor would be great. It'd be great for your profile too, wouldn't it?
It'd be great for the money.
Will he ever fight again? I was listening to a Rogan thing the other week.
And
Rogan, apparently he loves the coke, eh? Like,
if he does, yeah, but like he does, like he's because I obviously went and seen him with my own eyes in Spain. Like he when he goes out, like he knows that he's being watched, and he's on the whole time. Like he's a celebrity, a character. Doesn't even get the time to just be a person anymore. So that must be difficult. But yeah, he's got 2 fights left on his UFC contract. So if he fights anywhere, he has to fight. He has to fight in the UFC. And then it's like, if you're gonna fight anyone in the UFC, like I'd be on the short list of people to get that fight.
And I suppose when you're that rich as well, like the hunger to train or do the necessary training must diminish somewhat, eh?
Silk sheets. It's hard to get out of silk sheets and go to the gym. I can't say if I had his kind of money that I would be anywhere near a cage for the rest of my life. Like, I cannot sit here and tell you that I would want to compete or want to fight with that amount of money. I wouldn't be there, so credit to him that he still wants to get out there and compete.
Dan Hooker, this has been so much fun. You're in so much trouble at the Sky.
If I was going to get fired, they would have fired me by now, you know. Okay, I'm actually late for my show now.
Yeah, mate, you were late half an hour ago. Dan Hooker, you're a great New Zealander. Thanks, mate. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you very much.